My wife's midwife refused to let me back in the delivery room and made me miss my child's birth, so I made her lose not only her job but her whole career. I'm active duty military. My wife and I began trying for a baby about 2 years after we got married, and after a few months, she got pregnant with our first child. About 6 weeks after she found out, I was deployed for a 6-month stint. Sadly, that meant I would miss all of her OB appointments except the very first one to confirm she was pregnant. Early in her pregnancy, she decided using a midwife would give her a better birth experience, and I was totally on board because she's the one giving birth and I wanted her to feel 100% confident in the people assisting. It had also been decided that the people in the room, aside from medical staff, would be me for obvious reasons, and one of our mothers. My mom lives about an hour by car from the base I'm stationed at, while her mom lives a 4-hour plane ride away. Ideally, her mom would be able to get there in time, but she loves my mom too and was okay with her being there if labor went fast and her mom couldn't make it in time. Fast forward to me getting back from the deployment and her being really close to giving birth. Like doing a week's close. She was supposed to have an OB appointment that I would be able to go to but ended up going into labor very early on the morning of the appointment. We go to the civilian hospital and they confirm she's in active labor. I called her mom, who immediately booked a flight that would have gotten her here at about noon. Then, my mom came to the hospital a few hours later. A while later the midwife came in to see my wife and was rude from the start. My wife told her I was back from deployment, and she calmed down a little but was still clearly not happy I was in the room, especially once I started cracking jokes to try to distract my wife from the pain of the contractions. Then the midwife glared at me and told me to take this seriously and have respect for my wife while she was in pain. My wife asked me to tell her jokes. We were both making jokes, not just me. I thought her hostility was weird, but I was more focused on my wife and doing all I could to support her. As it got closer to noon, my wife was almost 9 centimeters dilated, so I decided not to go pick up her mom from the airport and had her take a cab instead so I wouldn't have to leave for over an hour to drive to the airport. When her mom did get to the hospital, I left the L&D floor briefly to go downstairs and pay the cab driver so her mom wouldn't need to. As the cab was pulling up,